Are you thinking of starting a ready-to-wear business? Maybe you love fashion. Maybe people already ask where you buy your clothes. Maybe you have ideas for dresses, shirts, casual wear, workwear, streetwear, or simple everyday outfits. In this video, we will keep it focused. We will walk through the exact steps to start a ready-to-wear business, from choosing your customer to launching your first collection and managing sales. At entrepreneurs.ng, we make business easy for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and the brands that serve them. Do you want to start right? We help you register your business with CAC quickly. Reach out at contact@redalia.com. Do you want guidance as you build your business? Join the Entrepreneur's Success Blueprint program, our 30-day hands-on business school. Enroll now. Do not build in silence. Tell your business story on entrepreneurs.ng today and be seen by the world. And if you want your brand to be discovered through trusted, search-driven content and strategic visibility, we can help through our different visibility packages. Learn the ways we can work with you at www.entrepreneurs.ng or reach us at business@entrepreneurs.ng. Now, let us go straight into the steps. Step 1. Choose a clear ready-to-wear niche. This simply means deciding the kind of clothes you want to sell, and the kind of people you want to sell to. Do not just say you want to sell clothes. That is too broad. Clothes for who? Are you selling office wear for young professionals? Modest clothes for women? Streetwear for young people? Simple shirts for men? Athleisure for people who want comfort? Children clothes? Maternity wear? When you choose a niche, your business becomes easier to understand. Your customer knows that your brand is for them. Your designs become clearer. Your pricing becomes easier. Your marketing also becomes stronger because you are not trying to speak to everybody at the same time. Think of it like cooking. If you are cooking for children, you will cook differently from someone cooking for athletes or elderly people. Fashion works the same way. You must know who you are serving before you start designing. Step 2. Define your target customer. After choosing your niche, go deeper and define your target customer. Your target customer is the person most likely to buy from you. Ask simple questions. How old are they? Where do they live? What kind of clothes do they wear? How much can they afford? Do they want cheap, simple, premium, stylish, comfortable, modest, bold, or durable clothes? Do they buy online? Do they shop on Instagram? Do they prefer boutiques? What problem are they trying to solve? For example, if your customer is a young professional woman, she may want clothes that are neat, comfortable, easy to wear to work, and not too expensive. If your customer is a premium buyer, they may care more about fabric, finishing, exclusivity, and brand image. When you know your customer properly, you will not waste time creating products for the wrong people. Step 3. Validate demand before you spend money. This means checking if people actually want what you want to sell. This step is very important because excitement is not the same as demand. You may love an outfit, but that does not mean people will pay for it. Before you spend money on fabric, sewing, packaging, labels, photo shoots, and adverts, test the idea. Study competitors. Look at what they are selling. Check what gets good comments. Look at what sells out. Read customer reviews. Ask people in your target market what they like, what they struggle with, and what they are willing to pay for. You can also test with polls, sample photos, pre-orders, or a small landing page. If people are interested before the product is fully available, that is a good sign. Validation protects your money. It helps you avoid producing many clothes that nobody buys. Unsold stock is not just clothes sitting on a rack. It is your cash trapped inside fabric. Step 4. Define your brand positioning. Once you know your customer and you have checked demand, the next step is brand positioning. Brand positioning means deciding what your brand should be known for. Why should someone buy from you instead of another fashion brand? That is the question your positioning must answer. Your brand may stand for affordability, comfort, quality, modesty, simplicity, bold design, African-inspired fashion, premium finishing, or everyday practicality. Whatever you choose, it must be clear. Your positioning affects your name, logo, colors, packaging, photos, captions, website, pricing, and even the people you work with. If your brand wants to look premium, everything must feel premium. If your brand wants to be affordable and practical, your message must be simple and easy to trust. A ready-to-wear business is not only about clothes. It is also about perception. People buy what they understand and trust. Step 5. Create a simple fashion business plan. Do not be afraid of the word business plan. You do not need 100 pages to begin, but you need clear thinking and clear numbers. Your plan should answer important questions. What exactly will you sell? Who will buy it? How much will it cost to produce one item? How much will you sell it for? Where will you sell it? How many pieces do you need to sell to cover your costs? How much money do you need to start? This is where many fashion founders make mistakes. They focus on design and forget the numbers. But fashion is a business. If the numbers do not work, the business will struggle. The next step is to design your first collection. Please keep it focused. Do not start with too many products. A small capsule collection of 5 to 10 strong pieces is better than 20 confusing pieces. When you start with too many items, production becomes harder, costs increase, and customers may not understand what your brand is about. Your first collection should feel connected. The colors should work together. The styles should make sense. The pieces should look like they belong to one family. For example, if you are launching workwear, your first collection could include a few dresses, trousers, shirts, and matching pieces that one customer can mix and wear in different ways. That is easier to sell than a random mix of unrelated clothes. Strong design is not about doing too much. It is about making the right things for the right customer. Step 7. Choose your production model. After designing your collection, choose how you will produce the clothes. There are different production models, and the best one depends on your budget, experience, and risk level. Private label means a manufacturer already has existing designs, and you put your brand name on them. This can help you enter the market faster. Custom manufacturing means you create your own designs from scratch, and a manufacturer produces them for you. This gives you more control, but it usually costs more. Print on demand means the item is made or printed after a customer orders. This can reduce stock risk. Dropshipping means a supplier keeps the stock and ships directly to the customer. It can be useful for testing, but quality control may be harder. Small batch production means you produce a limited number of pieces first. For many new ready-to-wear brands, this is a smart option because it helps you test the market without tying down too much money. Step 8. Find and vet clothing manufacturers. Your manufacturer is one of the most important people in your ready-to-wear business. A good manufacturer can help your brand grow. A bad manufacturer can damage your reputation quickly. Do not choose a manufacturer only because they are cheap. Cheap production can become expensive if the stitching is poor, the sizing is wrong, delivery is late, or customers start returning items. Start by deciding whether you want local or overseas production. Local production may cost more, but communication is easier and quality control may be better. Overseas production may reduce cost per unit, but shipping time, import duties, and communication gaps can create challenges. Before choosing anyone, ask questions. Check their previous work. Ask about minimum order quantities. Ask about timelines. Ask if they provide samples. Ask about fabric sourcing, finishing, payment terms, and quality control. Most importantly, request samples before bulk production. Check the fabric, stitching, sizing, finishing, and wash quality. One good sample is not enough. You need a manufacturer who can produce the same quality again and again. Step 9. Price your clothes for profit. Pricing can make or break your ready-to-wear business. Many new founders price too low because they want people to buy. But if your price is too low, the business may not survive. Do not price based only on fabric and sewing. Your true cost includes fabric, production, labels, packaging, shipping, payment fees, marketing, returns, website tools, photo shoots, and other expenses connected to selling the product. For example, if it costs you $10 to produce a shirt, that does not mean selling it for $15 gives you enough profit. You still have to pay for marketing, delivery support, packaging, tools, and future restocking. A common pricing approach is to multiply your true cost by about 2.5 to 4, depending on your brand position. A budget brand, mid-market brand, and premium brand should not price the same way. Remember this clearly. Gross profit is not final profit. Gross profit is the breathing space your business needs to pay expenses, restock, market again, and still grow. Step 10. Set up your sales channels. Now decide where people will buy from you. Many ready-to-wear brands start online because it is cheaper than opening a physical shop. Your own website gives you control over your brand, customer data, product pages, pricing, and customer experience. You can also sell through Instagram, TikTok Shop, Facebook Shop, online marketplaces, pop-up stores, boutiques, or retail partners. Do not choose a sales channel just because it is popular. Choose where your customer already spends time and where they are comfortable buying. If your customer loves Instagram, build your presence there. If they search on Google, build a website and invest in content. If they like touching fabric before buying, use pop-ups or retail partnerships. The goal is simple. Make it easy for the right customer to find you, trust you, and buy from you. Step 11. Launch with a clear marketing strategy. A launch is not just posting pictures and hoping people buy. A launch should be planned. Before launch day, build attention. Show behind-the-scenes content. Share fabric choices. Talk about the problem your clothes solve. Tell your brand story. Show samples. Build an email list. Let people know what is coming. You can also work with influencers or creators, but choose carefully. Do not choose only by follower count. Choose people whose audience fits your customer, and whose style matches your brand. On launch day, make the buying process simple. Your product photos should be clear. Your sizes should be easy to understand. Your prices should be visible. Your payment and delivery process should not confuse people. After launch, keep marketing. One post is not enough. People need to see, understand, trust, and remember your brand. Step 12. Track sales, manage inventory, and restock wisely. After you launch, the numbers start teaching you. Watch which items sell fastest. Watch which sizes move quickly. Watch which colors people like. Watch which products people ask about. Watch where customers come from and what they complain about. Do not restock based on feelings. Restock based on evidence. If a dress sells out quickly and people keep asking for it, that is a signal. If another piece is not moving, learn from it before producing more. Inventory is money. When you produce too much, your cash is trapped. When you manage inventory wisely, you protect cash flow and improve profit. This is also where you should improve your product descriptions, sizing guide, customer service, packaging, and delivery process. The final step is to scale carefully. Growth is good, but only when your system can carry. You can scale by launching new collections, restocking bestsellers, entering wholesale, opening pop-ups, selling internationally, improving your ads, or partnering with retailers. But before you scale, check your foundation. Can your manufacturer handle more orders? Can your delivery process cope? Can your customer service respond quickly? Can your cash flow support bigger production? Can your quality remain consistent? Do not rush into growth because it looks exciting. A business that grows too fast without systems can collapse under its own pressure. Scale when the numbers are clear, the demand is proven, and the operations are stable. The real lesson is this: ready-to-wear is not just about making clothes. It is about solving a style problem for a clear customer and building a system that can produce, sell, deliver, and make profit again and again. If you are serious about starting this business, read the full guide on entrepreneurs.ng https://entrepreneurs.ng/ready-to-wear-business/. The link is in the description. At entrepreneurs.ng, we make business easy for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and the brands that serve them. Do you want to start right? We help you register your business with CAC quickly. Reach out at contact@redalia.com. Do you want guidance as you build your business? Join the Entrepreneur's Success Blueprint program, our 30-day hands-on business school. Enroll now. Do not build in silence. Tell your business story on entrepreneurs.ng today and be seen by the world. And if you want your brand to be discovered through trusted, search-driven content and strategic visibility, we can help through our different visibility packages. Learn the ways we can work with you at www.entrepreneurs.ng or reach us at business@entrepreneurs.ng. Subscribe to this channel, follow entrepreneurs.ng, and visit entrepreneurs.ng for more practical business education. We are rooting for you.